Good morning, everybody. I am back, and today I just have a little something for the younger generation. The ones coming up 16, 15, 17, 18, around that era and everything. I just want to say to you guys, I know it could be aggravating and everything, but listen to your parents. I know for myself included, and for a lot of people I know that's around in my age and a bit older and everything, we right now we wish that we listen to our parents about certain things. When they're sitting down and they're giving you these talks and everything like that, don't let that mess go in one ear and out the other, because once you hit your 20s, then your 30s, and so on, you are going to wish that you really consumed and listened to everything that they were telling you. When they're explaining to you on how to perceive yourself and everything like that, how to go about things, and certain things you should and shouldn't do, and everything of that nature, we need to take that in. I thank God for my babies that I have, but Lord knows if I had listened to my mom when I was 16, 17 years old, I would be a lot better off by now. At 26, I would been done with college. I would have been into my modeling and everything of that nature, only if I had listened to my mother. She, of course, we think that I know it's my life, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I need to make my own mistakes. But we have our parents here so that some mistakes we just don't have to make. Some things we just don't have to suffer from and everything. And they're here to teach us and to show us, I did this mistake. Make sure you don't go out here and do this. And then, we hard headed, young, dumb, and everything. And we just feel like, oh, well, I'm going to do it differently and everything. And then wind up with the same result, wind up holding yourself back and everything. We don't really want that. Like, Lord gives us parents for a reason and everything. So we really need to listen. I know once I hit at least 20, I really started listening to my mom. And like, I know I have a mind of my own. I'm a real independent that I think for myself a whole lot and everything like that. But I still listen to my mother now and everything. I take into consideration, when certain things come up in my life, I hear her voice in the back of my head. It might sound like a little bit, but I still hear her voice, and I hear her letting me know, no, don't do that. Pay attention to this. Look at that person. Make sure, watch these actions. Check this out before you go ahead and pursue it. Make sure you have this, that, and the third in order before you take this step and everything like that. Like, the advice our parents give us is not to make us feel dumb, although sometimes, well, we are dumb, so that's why we think that that's why it's to make us feel dumb, but it's really not. It's to help us, it's to help you. And another thing, you guys, we cannot be lazy. I know as soon as you turn 18, we want to have fun. We want to go party. We're young, and we just want to do all of these great things that we feel like are great things, but really it's the same old thing that everybody's already been doing anyway. So it's your job to make sure that you put in all the hard work that you can while you're young. You put your energy in the right places. You're going after the right things. You're hanging around the right people and everything like that, so that when you hit 30 and 40, you can relax. It's not so much pressure, and then things come about and everything that can kind of stand in your way and stuff. And you don't want those certain things in your way. You don't want to have to put your life on hold because you done went and, I don't know, had kids too young, like I did and everything, when I should have just listened, and stayed away from that part of life until I got a bit older and actually knew what I was doing and knew the responsibility that came along with it and everything. Because the decisions that we make when we're young, when we're 16, 17, 18, even 19 or whatever, in our in early 20s, those decisions we make are really, really going to affect you once you get a bit older for in the years to come. And when those years hit, it's really gonna hit. It's gonna hit harder than 2020 hit. You feel me? So real talk, you guys. We, for all my younger kids and everything out there, we listen to, whether if it's your mom, your dad, your older auntie, older cousins, whoever you have as guidance, when they're sitting you down and they putting that bug in your ear, pay attention to it. Don't let that stuff just roll off your shoulder. Open your eyes. Let it really give you insight on life and everything of that nature. Because if not, you're gonna find yourself in a rut. With that's part of life, but at the same time, if it doesn't have to be part of your life, then don't let it be. Because our older generations, they already been there, done that, seen that, said that, and everything like that. They already done cussed this person, attitude over there and parties over there and everything like that. But really, you're not missing anything. You're not with all that stuff, with the partying and smoking and drinking and hanging. You really not missing nothing, because who are you impressing? Who are you impressing? That stuff isn't what's impressive. And as you get older, you're gonna see that what is impressive is your education, is your wisdom, or your people skills, your ability to listen, to grow. Those kind of things are important. Those are the kind of things that you're going to carry out with you throughout life and everything. So really, just pay attention, and pay attention to the mistakes that the people before you made, because you can really learn from their mistakes. A wise man will learn from his own mistakes, but it takes a genius to learn from somebody else's mistakes, to actually pay attention and see what someone else did and everything, and take from that. Make sure you don't make the same mistakes. Even though it looks fun, pay attention to the after effect and everything of that nature. You don't want to just be out here all willy-nilly doing whatever, thinking that you're cool. Because really, what's cool? What's cool? What's lame? Those are just words. I know it's a lot of peer pressure out there, but sweethearts, peer pressure is nothing to compare to adulthood pressure. When you have to take care of yourself, you have to buy your own food, you have to pay your own bills. If you got kids, you got to take care of them, because mama and daddy already done raised their kids. They ain't trying to raise anymore, and you have to make sure you have your own soul. Make sure you have a roof over your head. Make sure your kids have a roof over their head. All of that stuff is a lot more pressure than just peer pressure. I'm not trying to belittle peer pressure, but at the same time, I've been there and done that, and it's easy. For someone like myself, it's easy for me to be like, yeah, whatever, I don't know. They're like, oh, well, everybody, I don't care, I don't want to do it. It doesn't matter, because you have to learn how to be the type of person that doesn't have to impress other people, the type of person that really doesn't care what your peers think or what they say and everything. As long as you get yourself on the right path, you're putting your best foot forward and everything, you're doing the right things that you need to be doing specifically for you and in your life so that you can become successful. As long as you're doing those things, the rest of it don't matter, because while everybody else is out partying and doing this, that, and third, and instead you're somewhere studying, or you're somewhere working, saving money, putting money back, you're going to be able to retire fast. You're going to be able to retire early, while everybody else is still humping and bumping, trying to get scraps together and everything like that. And I know that because I'm part of somebody else. I wasn't trying to be cool, but at the same time, I was just trying to do what I wanted to do. Let's be honest. I was really just trying to do what I wanted to do. And now I'm older. I have these babies. I have bills. I got to take care of myself. It's a lot. It is a lot. And a lot of what I'm going through and everything, I wouldn't even be going through it if I had just listened to Mama Dukes. If I had just listened to her from jump, then a lot of things that I had to deal with today, I wouldn't even be dealing with. It wouldn't be going on. I'd be in a much better place in my life, and everything like that. So you guys just remember, and don't be lazy either. Don't be lazy. Please don't be lazy. Get up and work your butt off while you are in your prime, while you're young, while you have the energy. Get up and do it. You don't want everybody say, "Oh, I don't want to work fast food." Baby, go work that fast food. Stack them checks up. Stack up your coins. Forget about these Jordans. Forget about the high name brand this and that and the third. Forget about all that stuff, because you know what? Once you have that money to where you could buy the car of your dreams, the house of your dreams, all of that stuff is still gonna be there. All them Jordans, all the high fashion, all of that stuff is still going to be there. So what's the rush? Jordan remakes all his Jordans anyway. You can cut on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and see every single pair Will Smith done had on in a different episode. And they come out this year and next year talking about, ooh, it's new. No, it's not, love. It's a remake. He probably put some different colors on it or something, but it's a remake. And he knows these kind of things, that's where most of his business comes from younger generations and everything, want to look cool, want to be fresh and all of that and everything. And it's really not worth it, because when those shoes wear and tear down and everything, what are you going to have left? Are you going to have that house that you've always wanted? Are you going to be able to pay for that wedding that you've always dreamt about, ladies? What's going on? What are you going to do when you don't have those red bottoms because the heel done broke or something? Or something happened and you lost one or whatever. Stuff. Those are just material things, babies. Those are material things, and they mean nothing. Everything that is internal, your education, your wisdom, things of that nature, your heart, who you are as a person, those things is what matters. Those things is what's going to get you somewhere. Those things is what's going to help you become successful. And everybody wants to be successful. You heard what Trey Songz said. Everybody wants to be successful. No matter if you're rapping, singing, dancing, if you're the in-law, if you're a doctor, if you're a fireman, whatever the case may be, whatever, basketball, football, whatever the case may be, whatever your heart desires in that area, go for it, regardless of who says that you can't do it. Don't let anybody say that and everything. People are gonna doubt you. As long as you don't doubt yourself, Lord's not going to doubt you. If you put in that work, He's going to push you to where you need to be. He's going to open these doors for you. You just can't be lazy with it. You really have to put in the time. You have to put in the energy. As if not, things is going to spiral downhill for you. And once you hit that bottom, it is so hard to climb yourself back up. It's easier to climb yourself out of a hole, literally. Like if you literally fall into a deep ditch, it is much easier to physically climb yourself out that hole than what it is to climb yourself out of a hole in life, out of debt, out of your credit score, You know, like that stuff takes years. You can get angry, get that adrenaline going, and climb right up out that hole physically. But with life, it don't work that way. That stuff takes years. You know, if you done messed up trust, if you done burnt some bridges and everything just because you want to be a certain way because you thought it was cute or because you thought it was cool, it's really not worth it. It is not worth it because all of that stuff will be there later when you're actually able to just sit back and enjoy it. And that's what we all want to be able to do. At some point, we all just want to be able to just sit back and enjoy life as it is. But you can't do that if you're 30 years old, still working, you know, part-time jobs or whatever, 30, 40 years old, still going to dead-end jobs, having to punch that clock and everything like that. It don't work. You're going to get tired of it. You're going to start to feel like something's missing, and really it is, and everything. And then you're going to look up one day and you're this age, that age, 20-something, 30-something, 40-something, and you're just like, where did life go? You partied it away. now you trying to rush and get everything together so you can actually have a decent life. You don't want to be that way, because in all honesty, who knows when the next day is going to be your last day? Who knows if today's going to be your last day? You want to make something of every day. Every day needs to be productive. Every day something needs to be accomplished. It may not be a huge goal, but something needs to be accomplished. And whatever it is, I know everybody has their own specific things or whatever going on in their life, but make sure you accomplish something every single day. Because just like, you know, that how they say, you find a penny, pick it up, because it adds up. Every little bit accomplishment, it adds up later in the future. And before you know it, you will be successful. You will be feeling like you're on top of the world and everything of that nature. And those feelings feel really good. And it's even better when you made it there yourself, when you know that you put in that work, you know, when you kept pushing when everybody else said that you couldn't and gave you this reason or why you shouldn't and everything like that, and everybody else gave up and you kept going. That feeling is going to be amazing. Like that's a book that can be written, and that's even more success, you know. So just keep pushing. Listen to your parents. But if you got one or two, it doesn't matter. Whoever your parents are, listen to them. You know, put in the work. Do not be lazy. Work, people. Whatever that it is you need to do. Invest in yourself. Make sure that you're letting the world see all of these awesome qualities, because that will bring in more opportunities for yourself, you know? So even if you feel like, oh, nobody's paying attention to me, somebody's paying attention. I had to learn that myself. When I started my modeling, I didn't think anybody was really going to pay attention. I didn't think anybody was going to notice me or anything, but people are. The right people are at that, you know? So just keep going. Don't let nothing stand in your way, because you are awesome. You are amazing. You're ambitious. And you can do it. I believe you can do it. Lord believes you can do it. Now you need to believe that you can do it. Okay, babies? Y'all have a good day. Love, peace, and happiness. Bye.